Hello, and welcome back to the Dungeons & Dragons Podcast UK. My name is Yazmin, and I will be the DM.
Hi, my name is Samantha. I play Elora Greyvale, and she is a sorceress from the province of Nephalia.
Hello, I'm Colin, and I play Cuin de Greymont, a Paladin from Thraben in the province of Gavany.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I play Ogvar Shawfort, a goat-herding, mushroom-seeking ranger from Kessig.
Hi, I'm Rick, and I play Otto, a spring sage from Hanweir, sworn to the land, wandering the plain and setting wrongs to right with his Ursine companion, Bojo.
It had been a long afternoon, and our heroes had had enough. After all, they had only wanted an audience with the wily wizard in a bid to find answers for the church and aid the Archangel Abyssin. They were in no mood to be messed with, having been provoked, beaten, soaked through, and even eaten. With morale running low and emotions at an all-time high, they burn some boot leather and retreat away from the subterranean theatre of war and the now neutralised threat. As Otto, in octopus form, plapped his way up the passage in true theatrical onomatopoeic style, no innuendos or urban dictionaries needed, their frustration was evident as the team found themselves faced with yet more magical malarkey. Episode 124, Salt and Sea Legs.
Seems like it's still locked. It seems like it's still locked, but it has moved slightly.
This comically large keyhole. How large is comically large?
Comically large is it's large. You could say that if you were holding the key in it, and if you held the key in your hand by the middle, like by the shaft, then the key end and the actual kind of looped end, or whatever kind of decorative handle of the key, would probably be a bit bigger than your fist to fit into this keyhole.
So, just saying, octopus. Going to try and insert, no jokes here, a tentacle into the hole.
Excellent.
And try to push through it. I think Sam's choking here. I'm just going to try and push through it and see if I can make my way through the keyhole.
You get your tentacle in. It disappears a couple of inches, and you can get no further.
Does it hurt?
Not yet.
That doesn't sound nice at all. I shall retract said tentacle.
Does anybody have any of that gaseous form left? Has anybody got a potion of gaseous form? You know, like the one you had back at Selhoff.
Sorry, interrupting here. Otto, your wild shape.
Uh-huh.
Your wild shape. Is it a magical? Is it like a magical effect? What is it?
I think it's supernatural. Let me just go check for you. 1 second. That's a very quick rules query.
Sorry to interrupt. It is relevant though.
Oh, I'm sure. Makes me wonder whether I'm suddenly going to be back to being human. It's supernatural.
Okay, it's supernatural. Give me 1 second. To find the entry. I keep on flicking past it. So, Otto, as you push your tentacle into the keyhole, you very quickly realise that your wild shape partially unravels, leaving you as an octopus with 8 tentacles and one human hand.
Is that human hand trapped in that lock?
It's not trapped, no. You've kind of got like 3 fingers in.
3, okay. Again, no jokes, I can see Sam working. So I am going to, very sheepishly, perhaps as an octopus, remove those fingers and bring it up to my face and give it a little wiggle.
As soon as your fingers are removed from the lock and the tips of your fingers disappear, it returns to a tentacle.
This bears repeating. I shall stick it back in the hole and then bring it back out again. See if
Yeah,
it
you
does
do
same
the
thing.
hokey pokey, and it goes human octopus, human octopus, human octopus, and then I'm assuming you're going to shake it all about.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to wave to everyone with my now tentacle.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot, but could there possibly be a spell that negates spells?
Elora, make me a knowledge arcana.
That's an 11 plus an 8, which is an 11 plus an 8, so it's a 19.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that this is an anti-magic field. Your spell, which you used the wand, the effect went off. However, it didn't affect the door. And now with Otto, you know that wild shape is a supernatural kind of ability. It's a blessing from the land. It's kind of similar, almost kind of in a sense of how a sorcerer attains their powers more naturally. It's kind of that kind of same kind of alignment. However, Otto gains his powers from the land. You can tell by him kind of sticking his tentacle hand in and out that this is a supernatural effect being suppressed. It's not being dispelled, it's being suppressed. You are almost certain that this is an anti-magic field, which is in effect on this door.
Well, yes, there's a spell called Dispel Magic that can negate other spells, but I don't have that, so I can't cancel a spell on something. But looking at what's happened here, I think this is some kind of blanket effect, some kind of magical field, some kind of magical thing that it's different. There is dispel magic, and then there are things that block magic.
So basically, we need the key.
Well, I can't do either of those. I can't cancel what's on that door or in this area.
Right. Okay. I suppose we better go back to the.
I mean, I could detect magic, but I think I already know that there's magic on this door.
Oh, yeah.
Or in this area, anyway.
Can I just respond briefly to something Cuin said, though? But I've got to ask a question first. So you are a walking arsenal, right?
Yeah.
You've got a bunch of things sticking out your backpack that look fairly good at dealing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of them vaguely axe-shaped?
No.
Okay, what about Ogvar?
Ogvar's got axe.
So you might find my tentacles sneaking around and rather pointedly poking at the axe.
Has anybody just tried knocking on the door?
I thought that's what your spell did.
No, it tried to unlock the door. Not the same thing.
What are you doing down there, Otto?
I tried to push it.
I shall try and wrap my tentacle around the axe and try and present it to you, and at the same time use one of my other tentacles to smack the door again.
Oh, I do believe I have a vague idea of what you are trying to transpose. So Ogvar will take his battle axe, which is kept on his belt, and offer it to Cuin. I believe Otto intends you to use this.
Oh, okay. Right, here goes. Cuin's gonna walk up to the door and try and smack it with a battle axe.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you to roll to hit because it's a door. And if you can't hit a bar door with a battle axe, then yeah. Okay, so you hit the door, and quite unfortunately for you, the door hits back, dealing you 5 points of damage as a single magic missile fizzles into existence and strikes you in the chest. It's just got this sound like a firecracker. It's this pew kind of sound.
I think I shall just reach out with a tentacle and just gently pat Cuin's shoulder in apology.
Bloody hell, Cuin! Are you okay?
Ogvar will get between Cuin and the door and sort of like take the axe out of it. I think that may have not been the best idea. I'll just take that away for now.
I shall deflate again.
Maybe Cuin's right. Maybe we do need to go back the other way.
I'm not sure, but that's probably not the best idea.
He's learning.
I could be wrong though.
You're not having a good day, are you?
Yeah, I've had better. I suppose we'd better go back, like me and Ogvar suggested, to the other passage at the beginning.
Elora's going to mutter to herself under her breath. Well, if this continues, I might be needing that chalk to draw around somebody. Humour me, but I'm just going to try something here. Just one last thing before we go.
Ogvar's going to step away and possibly go back to the shoreline.
And Cuin's going to go, I haven't got to do anything, have I?
No, Cuin,
Right,
just...
I'm off round the corner.
Yeah. Elora's going to slowly and confidently, because there's no point in being not confident, walk up to the door, and she's going to knock on the door and immediately say, if this is your doing, Genric, you need to know that we're here for a reason. We are looking for Katarina Brunn. We have been sent here by the church in Thraben. So, please, just let us in. And just stop hurting people. Just let us in. This is serious. We are here for a purpose. And she's just going to stand back, take 2 steps back and wait to see if anything happens.
Okay. Nothing happens.
She'll give it a moment, draw a breath. Okay, if that's the way it's going to be. She's going to turn on her heel and she's going to start to walk away, slowly but confidently, back towards her companions.
Okay, cool. So,
I'll bring up the rear, I suspect.
yeah, okie dokie. So you will make your way back down to the sandy, gravelly shoreline. I'm assuming you're going to... Oh, what?
How big is Rick as an octopus? Otto as an octopus?
He's category large.
Quite large.
Okay, so we can't carry him.
He doesn't. He's actually travelling faster. Well, as fast as you.
Okay, cool.
Overland.
Okay, so you make your way back across the cavern. You can take a pretty direct route over the plant crust. Make your way back up this 5-foot drop. And you are stood back on this initial platform, where you can see the sea, which was encroaching when you entered the cave, has now completely risen above the level of the tunnel you originally entered through. And it lazily laps against the walls.
Well, we've got a couple of options here. We could just stay and take a rest. He could do with some time to recover, but any other ideas?
Well, I don't know how long you'd want to rest, but that sea's going to keep coming. We don't know how high it's going to come.
Well, can I just ask a question? We're back where the anchor is, yeah?
Yes, you are, and also just for reference, because it has been a couple of sessions since, when you entered you could see the water line on the wall where the water came up to, and it will not come over the top of this plateau you're on.
Okay, that's cool.
Well, yeah, we could do it with a rest, but I know by the look of the tide I don't think we'll come into these tunnels, so we might as well head back down the other side and see if we can find the key.
Fine. Okay, let's examine the other tunnel then.
Okay.
I can't think of anything better, so yeah, okay.
Okay, so you're going to head down the other tunnel, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Elora's getting slightly grumpy because she's just about had enough of the shenanigans, and the humour of it is slightly wearing off, bearing in mind the day they've had.
Right. Okay.
So she's going to stomp a little more down the tunnel. She's going to drag her feet a little bit and stomp slightly.
Because she's directly in front of me and she won't see me, I'm going to mime doing the same thing with my tentacles as I advance.
As you enter into this part of the cave system, we'll call it that, you can see a large-ish, it's probably about 20 foot long, maybe about 15 foot wide at the widest, but it does seem to be quite shallow, maybe a couple of feet deep at most, a little pool of water in front of you. And at the far end of the cave you can see, so you can all make me a knowledge nature check on this one. And a spot check
Just
as
a
well.
knowledge.
Yeah. So if I could have the knowledge nature
Okay.
first and then the spot, that'd be great.
Okay.
Knowledge nature.
It'd just be knowledge if you haven't got it as it's a class
Okay.
specific one.
Yeah.
Intelligence check then.
It's 14 for Ogvar, which is 6 plus an 8.
Okay.
15 from Cuin, which is a 15 and 0.
Okay.
That's a flat 10 with nothing to add for Elora as well.
Okay. And Otto?
And Otto has a 22 with a nat 1.
Okay. So, with the exception of Elora, you can all see that at the far end of this cave, is encased. You can't tell how deep it goes, but it is encased. The walls, the floors, in this very clean, pure white, glittery substance, which the three of you, Otto, Ogvar, and Cuin, can very quickly identify as salt. And can you all make me a spot check, please?
Did you say we reached a cavern? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with my notes.
Yes, you've entered into this part of the cave system. Ahead of you, 20 foot long, 15 foot wide max at its widest, is a shallow pool of water. It's only a couple of feet deep at the deepest, and at the very far end, which you can see this kind of glittery white substance encasing the wall, floor, ceiling, you know. Okay, so that's spot check.
Cuin is 16 plus 5, which is 21.
Nice.
Ogvar rolled a 10 plus an 11, which is 21.
Nice.
Elora rolled a 16 plus 5, which is 21.
What is this, blackjack? Okay.
I'll break the trend then. I rolled a 3 for a total of 19. Upside down.
And the dealer is bust. The DM is bust.
Okay. So, all of you can see at the far end of this cave, amidst the glittering white salt, you can see what appears to be a old salt-rimed corpse. You can see clothing. Obviously it's clearly humanoid. You can see clothing. It looks very rumpled, possibly stiff, and you can see crystals have formed over kind of the peaks of where this clothing is folded. The face is partially covered with salt, and all of you can see hung around its neck on a iron chain, a large iron key.
That doesn't feel like a trap at all.
You guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Well, yes, I do see it, and has is Otto still an octopus? So
Very much
there's
so,
no,
yes.
no communicado. Yes, I do see what you see, and it seems a little too easy, doesn't it?
Yes. Why do I get a feeling that there might be a bit of a trap?
Well, nothing in this place, nothing this afternoon at all, has been as it seems, has it? Apart from your near death, Cuin.
Someone's salty.
How far away is this skeleton?
It's not a skeleton. You can clearly see
Sorry.
flesh, kind of this.
Okay.
It's clearly drawn taut. It's mummified, very clearly mummified. It's dried out. It's been dehydrated. You can tell even from this distance. But the creature is, from where you stand, kind of at the edge of this water. It is 25, about 35 foot away.
A creature?
This corpse.
I don't know if you want to restate that, but yeah. I shall then briefly hold up a tentacle, as if to perhaps signalling a halt. I shall start waggling around a little bit and use my natural spell to cast Create Water.
Okay.
And I'm going to target this creature with it, essentially trying to wash off some of the salt, see if we can see more along the lines of what's underneath it, and also kind of remembering another part of this little cave system we're in where I disturbed a body and kind of expecting very much the same sort of thing.
Okay. So, give me 1 second.
Shall we do an octopode wriggle?
Okay, so you cast this spell. Is it like a splash of water, a jet? Is it?
I'm just going. I imagine it's just essentially a bucket full of water slowly being poured over the top of it.
Okay. Yeah, you see, all of you can see this water materialises above it and very quickly splashes over the corpse. As soon as the water touches the body, you hear, all of you, an unholy screeching sound. So, I want everyone to roll initiative, please.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, just catch up with notes.
No worries.
Oh, really? Really?
That one? Why can't I see? There.
Oh.
Did you get a nat 20?
Okay, who's up first?
Well, I think that would be Elora, to be honest with you. And she's got a +8 to initiative, but she's rolled a frickin' nat 1. So, the dice toilet is coming out. In goes the dice.
Shit, she can't even do that.
No, hang on. It's got to go. It's bounced back out the toilet. It's going. There you go. It's gone into the toilet, and that's where it's stopping.
Cuin?
Cuin got 5 + 2, which is 7.
Nice. Ogvar?
Ogvar also rolled a nat 1.
Ha ha! Would you like the dice toilet?
We'll be backing that up in a minute. We'll have to get the plunger in there.
Okay, so between Ogvar and Elora, who's got the higher dexterity modifier?
My initiative mod is 4.
Yeah, my dex mod is 4 as well.
So, I'm sorry, talk about the dexterity.
Just dex mod or initiative mod?
Dex.
It's dex, it'll be your dex.
Just dex. 3. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so Elora first. And Otto.
I rolled a 9 + 1 for 10.
10.
Somehow going first.
Okay, so let me just get order in here. You've all rolled incredibly low. First up is the creature. It stands up. You hear almost like a kind of a cardboardy ripping sound as its clothing is pulled free from the salt. And it literally hangs like cardboard on its frame, clearly stiffened by the damp, kind of salt-filled air. It stands up and staggers towards the water's edge. Upon reaching the edge of the water opposite you, it comes no further. Next up is Otto.
How aggressive does this thing look? Does it look like it's trying to reach across the water to get to us, or is it just standing there peacefully?
It looks like if the water wasn't there, it'd be moshing on your face. Or
Okay.
trying to, anyways.
Seems. And how big's the pool of water, sorry?
So the water is 20 foot long.
Okay. So I'm going to go and situate myself in the water, being a bit more comfortable there.
Okay.
Approximately 20 feet away, like right on the edge of this side of the pool, away from this creature, and I shall wait there for a moment.
Okay, so you submerge, well, you can't really submerge yourself, but you dip yourself into the pool. Okay,
Yeah.
next up, Cuin.
Right, like that is it. Cuin can't get across the water, so he's gonna pull out his crossbow
Okay,
and shoot at the screecher.
okay, cool. So roll to hit for me.
Hold up. Okay. That's a 14 plus 11 is 25.
Okay, nice. So 25 will hit, yes. So roll me damage. I was about to take that as damage then.
Right,
Well done that.
D8. That's 5.
5. Nice. Okay, decent little hit there. Okay, so yeah.
And then he's, with his second action, he's going to reload the crossbow.
Nice, cool. So you start reloading your crossbow. You've released a bolt. It's probably landed somewhere in the middle of its torso, producing a nice kind of crinkly sound effect as it pierces through the dermis. Okay, so next up is Elora.
Can Elora defer her turn to the end of the round?
Yeah, okay, no worries. Ogvar, you're up next.
That's what she's going to do.
So just trying to get my head around what's going on here. So we're one side of the water, it's the other side of the water.
Yes.
Okay. And how deep is the water, or do we not know?
It's a couple of foot deep at the most. You'd say it's probably 4 foot deep at the deepest.
Okay, rightio. So Ogvar will move forward up to the water's edge. Is that where Cuin is? By the water's edge?
So I'd imagine, yeah, you've probably raised yourself across the water's edge. Otto's dipped in.
Okay. Okay. Basically, just move forward 10 feet, please, if that allows me to still be on dry land.
Yeah.
Or I'll just move up and down 10 feet for mechanics. Yeah, and I would like to, for my first attack, try to hit it with a shot from my bow using skirmish and the gloves of agile striking if possible.
Yeah, go for it. So roll to hit.
Okay. Am I within 30 feet of the
Yes,
creature?
you are within 30 feet, yes.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Oh, and that 20.
Oh, beautiful.
Right, roll again
Very
to
nice.
confirm the crit.
Okay. It's going to be 17 plus 14. It's going to be 31, yeah.
So you confirm the critical. Nice. Okay, so you
Wallop.
get full on the first round, so full on the first die. You roll another die.
But it's
and
only
then,
it's only the D8 I get to double, isn't it?
Yep.
no, you see, you
Okay.
don't double. You get a full D8 and then you roll as normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll swear.
So basically, essentially, I just roll normally then, but shall I add 8?
Yes, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's actually plus 9. Okay. So that's to be 9. 9 plus 5, 14. Plus another 5, 19. Plus a 2, 21. Plus a 3, 24. Plus a 5,
29.
9.
29. I started with a 9, so that's fine. That's it. And is it undead by any chance? Because that would be more damage. Just
Yes.
because it looks a bit undead.
Yes, so
Add
of
another
course
4
it's
then.
undead.
33.
Nice.
Okay, so you deal 33 points of damage. Jesus. Right, okay.
With your first shot.
Elora's mood will lift very slightly at this one. She's
Yeah.
going to go whoop.
So
I'm taking
Ogvar,
no chances with this one. I want it down.
you move backwards and forwards a bit, trying to find that kind of perfect angle for the perfect shot, right? You can clearly see that this is an undead. You're really familiar with their type, the kind of key weak points on these creatures. You were able to line up kind of this absolutely plum shot. You release the arrow, it flies true, and it deals massive amounts of damage. This creature shrieks, this unholy shriek, and you've severely wounded it here. It's one arm, its left arm hangs limply at its side. You've very much disabled that arm. Okay.
Okay. No
Okay,
problem.
so Elora, you're up next.
Aren't you taking another shot?
Oh, sorry. Were you doing 2 shots, Ogvar?
I might as well do, I suppose, being as I'm here. Sorry to hog the time.
Don't apologise. You can...
Right, okay. That's going to be... 7 plus a 9 is 16.
16. Okay, a 16 will not hit. Your arrow,
Okay.
although it flies true, it managed to avoid it, and it skitters off into the landing in the salt, this block of salt, crystallized salt in the back, and sending off like a shower of rock salt almost. Okay, so next up is Elora, as you deferred your turn.
Right. As Elora's seen this, she's been preparing to cast, and she is going to cast Bone Fiddle. So she's going to raise her one hand, raise the other hand, and draw it backwards and forwards in a bow, like a bowing motion across a musical instrument. And she's going to shout, "Dolo sustento!" And she's going to cast Bone Fiddle.
Nice. Okay.
It's a fortitude save of 16.
Fortitude
I believe.
save. Fortitude save is 16, right? So let me roll for that. And it's a... With a critical failure,
Oh!
it is not going to make that fortitude save, no.
Okay, so this will deal 3d6 sonic damage per round until it saves. So
Nice.
each round it will have to make a fortitude save or take 3d6 points of sonic damage and a -20 penalty on move silently checks, which I don't think is going to affect this particular one in that way. So 3d6,
Okay, roll for it.
that will be not a lot, it's 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage to start.
7 points, nice. Okay, so pretty decent. Let's see, I can't do maths. Oh, I can do maths, it's alright. Okay, so
She just said she could do meths.
maths.
Oh, I thought you said meths. Sorry, I know things are getting a bit desperate at your end, but you know.
Okay, right, fine.
Taking in turns to try and break the DM today.
Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, you cast this spell, and you can all hear, all of you can hear this horrific screeching. It sounds an awful lot like Elora trying to play the fiddle. It's absolutely horrendous.
It's actually, can I just point out at this point, it says the music produced is eerily beautiful,
Okay, fine.
but it causes intense pain and anguish to the victim.
So
Well, he's going to screech, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay. So you
Yeah.
hear this kind of hauntingly beautiful music. It's quite mystical, quite unearthly. Begin to fill the air. You've only ever heard this sound once before, Ogvar and Cuin, and that's when you were in the underground arena fighting this giant crocodile, or beating the poor bastard up, more like it. So, is that the end of your turn, Elora?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so top of the round is the creature. Does it get a chance to make a fortitude save?
It does on its turn, yes.
Okay.
Each round it gets to make a fortitude save.
Okay, so it's going to try and make that save. And with a 5 plus 4, that's 9, it's not going to make the save. Does it take any further damage at that point?
Well, yes. What it says is, each round on its turn, the victim must make a fortitude save or take 3d6 points of sonic damage. So each round on its turn.
Yeah,
so would
roll-
that have done that damage when I did it or not?
When you cast
No,
it...
because it would be each...
Read
it
it.
actually just says you call up a ghostly fiddle bow in the air. The bow immediately descends into the target body and begins to soar back and forth against its skeleton. It causes intense pain and anguish. Each round on its turn, the victim must take a fortitude save or take 3d6 points. So I'm assuming I cast it and it actually takes the damage on its turn.
Yeah, okay, so what we'll do is that we'll treat that damage that you rolled as the damage it takes on this turn, as its turn
that's
comes
fine.
directly after yours. So
Yes.
you obviously takes this damage, you hear, obviously you've started hearing the music, you then start hearing it screaming. Again, this really this unearthly, unholy sound as it starts screaming in pain. It is cornered. It can't go back, can't go sideways. It has no choice to fight you. It has no method of fighting you. So what it is going to do in a self-destructive, unlife preservation attempt, it is going to wade into the water. It wades toward... Yes, Otto?
May I have an attack of opportunity, please? It is within the 20-foot reach of my tentacles.
Yes, 1 second. So as it wades into the water, it takes another 6 points of damage. As the water, you see this water surrounding its legs as it takes steps in, up the feet, up the legs. It begins to almost bubble. You can see the water bubbling as if it was boiling, and it is consistently screaming. It's quite horrific. It comes into your area, Otto, so you can make an attack of opportunity against it.
Thank you very much. That is a 7 plus 11, 18.
18 is going to hit, yes. So roll damage.
That's 9 points of damage.
Okay, 9 points of damage. Nice. Okay, so that's your attack of opportunity. As it approaches you, Otto, it is going to attempt to perform a slam attack on you. So, a 11 plus 9, 20 to hit your AC.
Will miss, in part due to my glowing armour.
Yeah, okay. So it makes this kind of sweeping slam attack at you with its right hand, and you can see these kind of bulbous, swollen joints because the flesh around the fingers has retracted, leaving the knuckle bones strangely protruding with these disgusting cracked nails, which look disgustingly long and dark. So its giant hand swipes towards you, and in part due to your shining golden armour, in part due to your rubbery nature, its hand bounces off, dealing no damage. Okay, so top of the round, and this creature at the start of its turn will now take 2d4 points of damage from being in the water. So, next up is Otto.
So, given it's chosen to come into my domain, I shall initiate a full attack and start thrashing around at it.
Nice, okay, roll to hit.
So I'll start with one of the 8 tentacles. That's a 13 plus 11, which should be 7 damage if it hits.
13 plus 11 to hit. Yes, that's going to hit. Yep.
Yep.
7 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. Nice.
I shall move on to just move through them. So the 17 plus 11, 28,
Will hit.
which would result in another 7 points of damage.
Another 7 points. Okay, perfect.
Yep. A third one is 15 plus 11, 26, which should result in 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Fourth one is a 7 plus 11, 18,
That's going to hit.
which will result in 9 points of damage.
Fucking hell.
The fifth one, 9 plus 11, 20,
Yeah.
which if it hits will do a further 10 points of damage.
I miss yet.
Yikes. Okay.
The sixth one, 18 plus 11, 29, which would be another 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Does anybody want a biscuit while we started doing nothing?
4 plus 11, 15 presumably will miss.
Oh.
I would
Rubbish.
like to bite it.
And you're going to bite it. Okay. You bite the salty thing. Yeah. Okay.
Tasty. That will be a 3 plus 6, 9. That will miss entirely.
Yeah, that is going to miss. Okay, so yeah, you've taken this through the ringer. To be fair, it's looking pretty. It's just looking pretty fucked, to be honest. It's
Is it the tentacles, Yaz? Is that what's doing it?
It's only 49.
yes, yeah. So it's only 49 points of damage. Yeah. You've basically this kind of dead arm. Well, it's already dead, but the arm which Ogvar is like disabled, you've fully ripped that off. That's kind of fucked off across the cavern somewhere. Probably sailing over your audience's heads, landing behind them. And yeah, it's looking bad. Its head is half hanging off. It's got chunks missing out of its side. You know, you've crushed its one leg. It is looking pretty bad. Pretty bad, to be fair. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. Let's end
I'm
it.
gonna leave it there. Okay. So next up, Cuin.
Cuin's going to fire his crossbow bolt at it.
Okay. Right, roll to hit.
That's 14 plus 11.
That will hit. Yes.
That's 25.
Roll your damage.
3.
3 points of damage. Okay, so with that, you fire off this crossbow bolt, Cuin. It cuts through the air beautifully, in this almost cinematic shot, sailing through Otto's writhing tentacles. And very neatly, the tip of this bolt, I imagine they've got these kind of slightly flared tips, slices through the last connecting sinew on this creature's neck, popping the head neatly off, its neck almost destroyed due to the force of Otto's attacks, and its head bloop into the pond, the rest of the body collapsing afterwards with a slightly bigger splash as you finish off the creature.
By Jove, that was rather good. I could see why you use these long-range weapons. Certainly stops you getting hit as often.
I feel he may have had an epiphany.
Well, that'll
I
be something
want
new.
to reach around and grab the body and the floating head. I'm going to stick a tentacle up inside it for the moment.
Hey!
Other thing, and start parading them around on top of the water, and eventually just throwing them over in front of you.
Lovely. Okay.
It's hard. You may not have ever seen a happy octopus before, but this one looks happy.
Which one was he, Punch or Judy?
Both. He's big enough.
Can
Okay.
Otto get a couple of his tentacles out through the eye sockets?
That's
If you're suggesting it, he'll definitely try.
that's
yeah.
a really
probably
that's
manage.
a really gross image, and I love it. So absolutely, yeah. I mean, you can go for ears, eyes, nose, mouth, whatever you want. You can go for it. I mean, whatever floats your octopus. Okay, so what are you doing? The creature is defeated, you are out of combat. What are you doing?
We're going to grab the key.
Otto! Fish around for the key!
I shall stop playing, sulk a little bit,
Okay.
make my way over to the key, and see if it just comes off.
Yeah, you're able to. Well, I mean, it's next being destroyed, so the key's, somewhere in the pond, so you're able to find it. It's on this big iron chain. Yeah, you've got the key.
I shall just leave myself mostly under the water and just one tentacle will come up, just shake the key a little bit and just throw it on the ground in front of me.
You blow some bubbles and bloop, 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 bloop.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. Okay, we love that. Okay, so yeah, you now have possession of the key.
Right, I suppose we might as well go back and see if we're to the door.
Well, this is a lot of back and forth, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've been in here a while.
Yeah,
Must be dark outside by now.
Oh, I'd imagine
Wonder
so,
what
yes.
Esther's doing. She's probably pitched a tent.
Maybe she's feeding the horses.
Probably. Esther's pretty good like that.
Yes. Is there anything else in the cavern to see? Is it a dead end, or does it continue further?
No, this is a dead end. You've just got this solid salt wall at the end.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, there's nothing else in this cavern. The only things were the creature and the key.
Okay. No problem. Looks as though we've got everything that needs to be gotten from here. Yes, Cuin, I agree. Maybe back from whence we came.
Again.
Again.
Okay, so you make your way back through the cavern, back onto this plateau. You can see the water level's risen a smidge further while you've been busy playing with salty corpses. And you make your way back through the bigger cavern where the dragon eel was. I want everyone to make me a very, very quick spot check, please.
Okay.
Oh no, it's gone.
Oh God, he's throwing it
the
across
dice
the
is
room
gone.
again.
It's right. Is that top or bottom?
It's bottom.
Bottom.
Yeah.
So that's 9 plus 4 for Cuin, which is 9 plus 5, which is 14.
Okay, cool.
Ogvar's got a 19 plus an 11, which would be 30.
Elora's got a 19 plus 5, which is a 24.
Okay.
And Otto has a 17 plus 16, so 33.
Okay, nice. 1 second.
Things have looked up since I put that D20 in the dice toilet, because this one's much better.
Okay, so anyone over 25, which is Ogvar and Otto?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so the two of you, I think, Cuin, you rolled... Laura, you rolled 24?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you're just a smidge outside. Ogvar and Otto, as you make your way back through this cavern, you obviously, you make your way through, but you are still taking away a look around, you're aware of your surroundings. The both of you happen to peek through this hole in the plank crust, where you can see, under the surface of this water, barely visible, what appears to be an underwater tower. You can see the top of it, you can see these crenellations, you can see archery slits in it, just at the very top. It does fade into quite dark blackness, even with your radiating light, Otto, so you can't see all the way down, but you can see what appears to be the top of a tower.
Derailed by a damned door once more, their ability to bypass its defences without use of a suitable key was scuppered. After a full assessment and the application of several spells, the conclusion to their conundrum pointed to the existence of an anti-magic field, for which the companions had no apparent curative answers. Subsequently, the sorceress was left scratching her hat, and the party's tolerance sorely tested as Cuin ended up taking one for the team. Retracing their route back to the beginning and taking the other tunnel was the only option left open. This resulted in arriving at another cavern and the spying of a key that they assumed was the one they needed to source, which was good. Sadly, it also involved a salt-encrusted corpse, which was not so good. In truth, the whole team were a bit ticked off at the thought of another trial of testy trickery. Ogvar went on the offensive with a perfectly placed projectile which delivered significant devastation. Meanwhile, an opportunity presented itself for Otto to lash out anything but tentatively with his tentacles, and after repeatedly slapping the salt mummy into submission and dealing some devilish damage of his own, Cuin cleaved the crusty critter's head clean off, and the key in question was finally collected. As they made their way back to the locked door, it was another pass through Sushi Central, which saw Ogvar and Otto grab a glimpse of a tower that had previously gone unnoticed, lurking in the depths of the lagoon. What will they decide to do now?
Hey, you made it this far, so lend us your ears for a moment longer if you will. Firstly, we are most humbled that you are enjoying our yarn, and the crew thank you from the bottom of their hearts for your patronage. Producing this podcast is incredibly hard work, and as such, if you would like to support us, there are a few ways in which you could really make a difference. Sharing links to friends and family helps to spread the word so others like you can find us, and in turn they too can enjoy the show. Equally helpful is leaving a 5-star review on Spotify and any other streaming services, which will help us immensely. Or, if you feel you could go that extra mile and contribute a few coppers to keep our creative juices flowing, you can hop on over to our Buy Me a Coffee page or drop us an email. We would all be immensely grateful for your support in any form. Lastly, we invite you to visit our website, where you will find information on our campaign from backstories to settings. Join our Facebook group or follow us on Twitter. All the links are in our episode bios. Don't forget to smash the subscribe and download buttons so you never miss the next episode. See you all again next week, folks.